Hello there. Good evening. Welcome back. It's me, Rudy. I'm streaming again on my cooking show. Hooray! We had a brief break because of some cancellations, but that's okay, and because of life stuff. It was my birthday last week or two. What is today? The 23rd or something? It was my birthday like 9 days ago. Very exciting stuff. I went out. Had a nice lunch with my family, and it was great. Korean hot pot and barbecue is my favorite. Okay. Today, very special guest. Oh my goodness. You really when you really can't find anyone to be on your cooking show, you got to scrape the bottom of the barrel. So here we go. It's my mom. Hi mom. Yay.
The bottom of the
What an
barrel. Thank
introduction.
you, sweetie. That
No
was lovely.
problem. Thanks,
Very nice.
Mom. Hooray!
Yeah.
Look at you on your microphone
Oh,
with your
yes.
your your headset microphone. Be
Very
sure to
high tech.
keep it. Be sure to keep it in front of your face so we can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, yeah, I can hear you fine, but be sure
Okay.
not to mess that up. But today
Got it.
is a very exciting day, Mom, because we're gonna make risotto Milanese. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, risotto
Risotto.
Milanese.
Risotto Milanese. Risotto. Oh, you know what? Let me tweet that we're live before we continue, if that's okay. I got to tweet to all my followers. Is that okay? Do you mind?
Not at all.
Why don't you explain? Because our family is from Dorno, yes? So
Yes, some
we're
of them.
we're third generation. Can you move your camera like or sit up a little bit more? You're still kind of like at the bottom. Yeah. Can you just like move you're on your laptop camera, yeah?
I am.
Yeah,
Mhm.
can you just like tilt it towards you just a tiny bit? Too much, too far. Yep. Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Like
You're
that.
a professional. Yeah.
Very funny. So
Um,
yes, we are Northern Italian. Your
yes.
grandparents, all four of them, were born and raised in Italy. So
Yes.
you are third generation. Obviously, grandpa first, me second, and you're third.
Yeah. Um, so we don't speak Italian.
No.
And your father didn't speak it. Does grandpa speak Italian kind of?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, his parents were actually, he spoke Italian as a little boy before he spoke English. So he was one of those children that went to school and really didn't speak a lot of English.
Oh my
He still
goodness.
spoke a lot of Italian. And they also spoke a dialect of Italian, which the words are slightly different. So sometime I assume they still have that in Italy, but certain regions like
Yes, absolutely. Especially like Sicily or Sardinia. I
yes,
think they in particular have very strong accents that are
yeah,
or
and
dialects.
a lot of the words are different. So I can remember my grandparents talking about meeting people from other towns in Italy, and if both they and that person was speaking a dialect, they didn't understand each other. So then they would have to speak real Italian as
Yes,
nautical,
so
which
that's
that's the kind of
From Florence, Firenze. I
she
remember
just
that when we real.
did you she just said real Italian, and I'm assuming that's the kind of Italian that, like, you guys studied in school.
Yes, and
I
I think
could be
that
wrong,
was
but that's my assumption.
Florentine. There we go. That's the word I was thinking of. Florentine Italian. I think for whatever reason that is like the main base Italian
Is that it?
that's
That's
taught
considered
in most schools. Yeah.
right, that's
Um,
considered official.
Official Italian. That's the official Italian on the bureau on the tourist bureaus. But anyway, sorry. So we're gonna make risotto,
Mhm.
which is kind of a hard thing to make. Yeah.
No, it doesn't have a lot of
Mm,
ingredients, but
no, 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 no.
you have to simmer the broth
You have to
and add
babysit
it
it,
to
right?
yes, I've heard of recipes that you can put in the oven, and,
Yes.
those are probably very tasty, but
No, but if
this
you
is
do that, your
something
nonna's gonna yell at you, right? For putting it in the oven. She's gonna say, "What are you doing?"
Uncle no, I'm reading the comments. Uncle J
Oh,
Dog. Uh,
what did he say?
I can fly the shuttle too, Uncle
Oh.
J. He said I could land a plane with my headsets.
Oh
Um,
yes, yeah.
yeah, so this is what we grew up with, and Nonna Netta, grandpa's
Which is
mother,
your yes, yeah.
my grandmother
Um,
on my father's side, She was kind of known for this. And also in northern Italy, they eat more French food
Yeah,
and
or like not even, but like mountain food. I guess what like
well,
Swiss, right? I feel like there's a
Swiss,
lot of Swiss influence.
yes, more Swiss, more French
More,
influence.
yes.
They eat
Like sorry, go ahead.
no, like rice and polenta,
Yes,
so they
yes,
have corn up
polenta.
there.
Mm,
So obviously the terrain is different and,
yeah.
they eat what they grow.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah,
well, they
southern
ate
Italy is known for like the spicy, seafood and spicy
yes,
marinara and things like that.
marinara
And
and the
northern Italy
pasta.
is more, yes.
A lot
Northern
of
Italy is more like, yeah, I don't know the words, rustic or
somewhat, I mean, like ossobuco, and
oh,
then there's
also buca. Okay,
yeah, so
I didn't
there's
know
the
that was on there.
Milanese, which is that's more in the north and somewhat Florence, I suppose, in Tuscany,
Mm,
but definitely more
yes.
like Uncle John says, more rice than pasta for sure.
So Dorno is in the Lombardy
Lombardy,
state,
The Piedmont
Piedmont
region.
region. Okay,
Yes,
yes.
it was Dorno and Brusnengo, which is where
Okay,
Nonna was from. Nonna
gotcha.
Giget.
Dorno, which the closest major city was Milan. Yes,
Yes, Milan was the big city, but
yes.
they
And
all,
so,
rural. They all lived in the country, farms,
yeah. Northern
but
Italy.
a different kind of farm. Like Nonna Giget's family, mother's side,
Mm,
they had a lot of farmland and stuff, but they lived in town, and the fields obviously were outside of town.
mm,
Like in America, you think of I live on the farm in Kansas,
yeah.
and but that's not how they lived. They lived in town, and the fields, I guess, were all around them. And they had, olive orchards, and they grew vegetables and a lot of stuff that they sold. I don't know if they did wine. I think they pressed olive oil, that kind of
Olive
stuff,
oil. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
because they had olive trees.
Yeah. Olive trees. That's so fascinating. I don't know if you've seen a video recently. I think I sent you one, Mom, where they go. They have these the old-fashioned way. They have these big rakes, and they just kind of knock
They
the olives off the trees
Yes,
with
they
the
would bat
rakes.
them. Yeah.
Yes. That's funny. Now they have like modern equipment that does that for them, basically.
Yeah,
But
it's very odd. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like a machine, it wraps around the trunk and it shakes them, and they have
yes,
nets
exactly. And
underneath,
then they
right?
have, yeah, the whole ground is covered in nets. And then they
Yes.
just load the
They
nets
sh
onto carts and bring them over. And yeah,
Yeah, and then kind of sort it through and then press the
yeah,
olives
yeah.
and cure some of them and stuff. It's very interesting.
No, I agree. It is interesting. But there's a few things that, so risotto is like one of those dishes that I'm sure every region in Italy has their own version of it. Yeah. You go to the south. I mean, you can just, if you look at the Wikipedia page for risotto, it's going to tell you that there's all sorts of different kinds of risotto. Different colors, different like ingredients, different sometimes seafood, sometimes sausage. So this one we're doing a couple things that make this risotto unique. Yeah.
Yes, and as I said, this is what we grew up with, so
Yes.
I
So
think
there's family changes to it as well. Yes. So it's
yes,
not,
yes.
if you go to Milan, this is not what you're going to get necessarily. This
Not
is a
necessarily, although it might say something
Gambarani
like
take.
well, it might say something like risotto with sausage, perhaps, I don't
Yeah.
know, but Nonna always called it risotto Milanese,
Mm.
and we always made it with the sausage and the porcini mushrooms, which you do not
Yes.
typically see in like, if you looked up a recipe for New York Times, it would not have those ingredients.
Yeah, well, you found a recipe as well that was for risotto Milanese, and it had neither of those things. It didn't have the
Correct.
porcini, and it didn't have the sausage. So,
Right. Right.
but I think it did have one specific identifying ingredient, yeah, and
Oh,
that
the saffron.
is the most expensive ingredient, herb, spice in the world,
Yes.
saffron.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm showing the camera. Ooh, saffron.
Yeah, for the
Ooh,
color and the flavor, it does impart a slight floral flavor.
yeah.
Personally, I can't taste too much of a difference if we don't put it in, but of course, Nona always put it
Oh,
in.
hmm. Yeah. And it's like a color thing, and it's also like a status thing, maybe. maybe a little bit of a status thing. I don't know.
Somewhat, and like I said, I do also believe it's the flavor, and of course, the porcini mushrooms have such a delicious flavor. She used to get them. Her sisters used to send them to her from Italy, and that's an amazing flavor. And she
Did
put
she?
that when she would make red sauce, she would put the porcini mushroom in that too, which was delicious.
What?
The gravy.
Did she have? Well, I was just supposed to ask. Yes. Okay. So I forgot what I was going to ask. I'm having technical issues over here, but or small
Mhm.
technical issues. It's fine. It's fine. Continue.
Continue
Um,
what?
nothing. Talk about saffron. Yeah,
Well,
saffron
the
is delicious.
saffron, and I mean, another weird memory, but I can remember as a kid
Hmm.
going to the grocery store with my mother, and she would want to get some saffron, and they did carry it at some of the grocery stores, but she'd have to ask for it, like go to the courtesy desk and ask for it because,
Oh,
as
really?
you noted, it's exceptionally expensive,
Yeah.
and you
So
get
I
like a
was
small packet.
very
Now
fortunate. Yes,
that's
I
different saffron.
found
That's Spanish saffron.
this
I
is
don't
Spanish
like
saffron.
his name.
Yes,
Yes,
this is
I
the
mean, I'm sure it's
Vigo
going to be
brand.
great. Yes.
I got this at just my local grocery store. This is the only brand of saffron they had imported. It was $6 for half a gram,
Okay,
but
I would
we're
say
using like a few threads. I think is what the
yes,
recipe said. Like
yes,
we're it really is like imparting color in that very slight floral flavor.
yes, it does
Um,
definitely have the flavor, and I don't know
oh, it
because
even says
obviously that
Milanese risotto on the back of it, like a
yes,
little text.
but that's a different kind. Like I said, it would be
Mm,
wrapped in
mm-mm.
like a little bit of plastic, and there would be like maybe 10 strands or something. It was a
Okay, yeah.
very, very small amount.
Okay. Okay. So we're doing my family's take on a Milanese risotto, which includes an additional few ingredients. And risotto is, I think we touch on that. It's a babysit dish. You know what I mean? It's like a it's rice, yeah, but it's very. I was just thinking about it the other day. Oftentimes, if you go to a wedding, and the vegetarian dish will sometimes just be like a vegetarian risotto, right? Have you had that
Yes,
seen that before? Yeah, like
yes,
it's filling. It's a full dish.
yes, because of the type of rice you use, it's very starchy and it makes it very creamy. And
Yes.
it's actually kind of become trendy. As a kid growing up,
Sure.
I can't remember going to restaurants and very often seeing risotto or
Hmm.
polenta. You didn't really see that very much.
No.
Those were more
Polenta definitely
homemade.
not. I
Yeah.
polenta today is still not. I would say risotto is more popular than polenta,
Oh, absolutely. And there's
right?
so
Yeah,
many
yeah, yeah,
variations. Yes. When I
yeah.
don't know if you remember, but I used to make when you were kids, I used to make an asparagus risotto. Do you
I
remember that at all?
do. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the bits of yeah. It's a nice way to get your kids to eat some
Well, some of
vegetables.
them.
Just like
I'm sh
drown
I'm
it
sure
in cheese and
well,
broth.
yeah, I'm sure Alex picked out the asparagus, I
Yeah,
don't
he
remember,
probably
but
did. Yeah,
I would
definitely right.
suspect it.
Yeah. So let's get started. This isn't a super complicated recipe, but there are multiple steps, especially because we're also using porcini mushrooms and
Right.
sausage. So let's start by steeping my porcini mushrooms. Yeah. So these are
Yes.
dried. Again, just came from your local supermarket. I'm sure it was in the mushroom section. They had dried shiitake mushrooms as well, which I thought was neat.
Oh, wow.
This whole ooh, it smells so nice. This whole container is 1 ounce. How much do you think I should
I
use?
would say put it on the
Like a
camera
big
so I can see.
handful?
I would
Yeah,
say yes, a
just
handful.
like a big handful. I'll
Yeah,
say.
and you can get like a measuring cup and make the hot water, a boil, boil
Yeah.
it in the microwave and then throw them in or
Well,
boil
I have a what is it called? Electric
a
tea
bowl.
kettle. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
do have a
Sure.
bowl, but
That sounds great.
the electric tea kettle. This is awesome. If you don't
Yeah,
have an
it
electric
is.
tea kettle in your home, big recommend.
And who
Like
gave you
20,
that
30
electric
bucks.
tea? Who gave you that
This one,
electric tea
well, I
kettle?
think I gave you an electric tea kettle, and then you gave me one back,
I
right?
did. Yes, I did.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Good job. Thank you. And will you thank me back for giving you one as well?
I I really enjoy my tea kettle. It's
Yeah.
great. I drink a lot of
Yeah.
tea though. I have to be
Well, I
honest.
drink. I do coffee. I do different kind of coffees, like
That's
Vietnamese
right. You do your
coffee,
drip
or
coffees and
I
stuff.
do French press. So having that, and even then, just something like this, it's really, really
It's
convenient.
very convenient.
Yeah. So big recommend, and they're very reasonable, like 20-30 bucks.
And there's so
So
many types.
yes, this one, yeah, big recommend. Okay, so let's get that going, and then also, I'm using my Dutch oven. I love my Dutch oven for this. Uh, I guess I should just start sautéing my sausage. So we're gonna
Yes. Mhm.
we're gonna make the sausage in the Dutch oven, and then we're gonna take the sausage out, right?
Yeah, well, what you're going to
What do
do
you
is you're
think?
going to drain
What's the
off
move?
a majority, use your paper towel and soak
Yeah,
up the majority of the grease. Leave a little bit because then you'll put your onion in to
yeah. But am
saute.
I gonna am I gonna take the sausage out, or am I gonna keep the
No,
sausage in?
leave it in. Mm-mm.
We're keeping the
You don't have
sausage
to
in.
take it
Okay,
out.
cool.
Yep, you can
Okay,
keep it right in.
so let's jump over to stovetop cam.
Now, what kind of sausage are you using?
So I am using. I love hot sausage, and I will almost always use hot Italian sausage. But as it happens, I bought some sweet Italian sausage a while back, and I have not used it. And this is what I'll use. This is just the Hatfield brand, which is not necessarily the most authentic Italian brand, Hatfield, but that's okay. That I don't need to make the most authentic Italian.
No, there'll
Uh,
be other flavors. It'll
it's
be
fine.
good.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
but you said traditionally they use that like spirally sausage. Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, traditionally, Nonna always used a Luganiga sausage,
Okay,
which is made in Lombardy. And the
okay.
big difference is Luganiga sausage does not have fennel.
Yes, so that's kind of like a joke in our family is that our grandfather abhors fennel. He truly, truly hates fennel, which I think it's fine. I think fennel's fine, harmless. You know, I don't know. Do
Well,
you have strong thoughts on fennel, Mom?
I mean, I don't mind it. Sometimes I will say it can be a little overwhelming, and I do like the one without the fennel also, because as I said, I remember that as a kid growing up, and that was always very delicious. It had
No
more, it
fennel.
seemed to have, well, it had the other spices in it came through a little bit more.
Hmm.
Sometimes in the sausages, the predominant flavor is the fennel, which is
That
it's good.
anise. Yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
Um,
Anise is like that whole flavor is really popular right now. A lot of cocktails. Like, have you heard of a chartreuse before? You're not a big drinker, so you probably won't know any of this. But I
no.
do listen to a cocktail podcast, and for whatever reason, that kind of stuff is really in right now. I know Jägermeister. You're a big Jaeger bomb fan, right, Mom? You like Jaeger bomb?
Yeah. Oh, so you have the Jägermeister, the beer, and then you put the shot of that
No,
in it?
Jaeger. So a Jaeger bomb. This kind of got popular when I was in college. To give you some context, do you remember that show Jersey Shore? Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes. So Jaeger bombs are really popular. I think that show popularized them, but it was Red Bull. You would buy the energy drink. You
Oh,
would like
yes.
do half a glass of Red Bull, and then um, yeah, you would drop a
You
shot of
drop a
Jaeger
shot
in the
glass in it,
glass.
yeah,
Yeah, like a
like a
bomb. That's what a
Boilermaker.
bomb drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
Oh,
would drink
drink the
it
whole
really
thing.
fast. Yeah, Jaeger bombs. Really.
Sounds horrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're steeping our mushrooms. We're gonna go 15 minutes on this and then drain.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, about. And the
15.
thing
Yeah.
about
Ooh, it
porcini
already
you do
smells so
need to
nice.
be careful is they are mushrooms, so they can be gritty. Sometimes a
Yeah, I
rec
mean, I'll pat them down afterwards.
yeah,
Like
well,
dirt. Like that's what you mean when you say
yes.
gritty,
Well, the
right?
bigger thing is basically you're just washing them, and that's fine,
Yeah.
but not to. Sometimes a recipe will call for using some of the liquid. You just have to be really careful when you pour off the liquid not to
Hmm.
pour in the grit that settles at the bottom.
I do want to use the liquid. It already smells so nice,
It
but
does,
I don't
but
think
do
uh, I
not.
don't think we're going to. Okay, okay, that's fine.
No.
Okay, dropping our sausage in. Turn the heat up a little bit. I have this silly device that I bought. Uh, I was walking down the. I was in the grocery store. I was walking down the aisle, and there was like the hamburger helper mix, which I'm not a big fan of. Hamburger helper, but it said use this when making your hamburger helper, and it's basically just like a norm. I don't know how to describe it. Do you see it on? I'm showing the camera. It's like a hard plastic bottomed, heck, like star shape. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, it's called a meat masher. I've been
Oh, you're
watching,
familiar.
yes, I am actually. I've been watching a fair amount of some YouTube videos, like crock pot recipes and stuff. And a
Uh
lot of
huh.
times you put the whole chicken breast in and, you put a bunch of stuff on and it slow
Oh.
along. And then they're like, and then shred it, but just use your meat masher. And they use
Okay.
that for recipes where they're cooking ground beef or ground turkey ahead, and then
Yes.
it's a meat masher. So I
It.
actually, I think like the 2 or 3 ladies that sometimes I look at, everybody has them. They're very
I
popular.
mean, it is
It
very
works really
effective.
well,
I mean, I don't know how else
really
to
well.
put it. Like, way better than a spatula. Even if you want to break it up into really small pieces, which I don't know that we necessarily want really small pieces. My memory of having this was like chunks of sausage
Do you
throughout.
remember eating this at all? Because of
Very
course,
vaguely. Very
she'd
vaguely.
always make it for us when we were in Florida.
I mean, risotto isn't exactly like I joked about using it as a means to get kids to eat vegetables, but it's kind of more of an I don't want to say acquired taste, but like a fancier taste. Is that fair to say, or no?
No,
I
no,
don't
I would
know.
no. I think you're thinking that because when you go to a nicer Italian restaurant, there might be a risotto, option, or the
Meh.
special might
I
be
don't know.
pumpkin.
Like a child wants candy and fried food.
Oh, you always
Risotto
enjoyed
is.
the food.
Did
No,
I? Okay.
no, in terms of a meal, and this was always now this was never the meal. This was
No,
very
this was the
often
first
first
course in the
course,
meal, right? Yeah,
and
like true Italian.
during holidays, this was the second course. So there was giant antipasto, often a risotto, and then the roast and all the vegetables and all that stuff. And then the
Yeah,
chief course, cheese and fruit, and then dessert, and then a nap.
and then an app. Yeah, Italian pranzo, sort of.
See
Yeah,
that? I think that works really well. Look how
it
nicely that's
works
set up.
exceptionally well. Yeah, I like it. It's silly and you don't think it's like it's one use. I mean, you're not using the meat masher to do anything except mash meat, but it really does a great job of breaking down sausage or ground beef or whatever. So,
Or as I said, if you've cooked chicken and you need to
yeah,
shred
if you
it,
want to quick
really quick,
shred it,
you can
yeah,
use that
instead like
too.
a rotisserie chicken or something like that, it'll do the job. Okay, cool. So this is already looking good. Most of the pink is gone. I'll let it go a little bit longer. How
Yes, I would.
how how browns do you think we want this
Yeah.
to
Oh no, you
be?
definitely want it browned
Yeah.
because
Okay.
that imparts some flavor too if it gets a little
Yeah.
crispy.
It smells fine. Now you don't like spicy, yeah.
Oh, spicy food? No, I don't usually care for it.
You don't ever like the hot Italian sauce?
Uh, Not really. And it really is not called for if you're trying to make risotto Milanese. I don't
Yeah.
think hot sausage cuts it.
I'm just wanting to.
But of course,
I
I
love
mean,
spicy.
but if that's something that would appeal to
Yeah.
you, obviously you could do it. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
it would change the whole taste of the entire dish, though. Well, but you have Spanish dishes sometimes that have nice spice in them with rice, and that's
Yeah.
delicious. So
Paella, I think has chorizo in it often.
now
Maybe not.
paella is another one I believe that they do add
It's
saffron
on
to.
it's so the saffron it says it's made French bouillabaisse, Spanish paella, and
Mhm.
Milanese risotto,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
extensively in Middle Eastern cookery as well. A pinch will color and flavor 1 pound of rice.
yes. You don't need a lot for
No.
sure.
Um, but while my sausage is browning, I'm going to dice 1 onion, small yellow onion specifically
Yes,
is what it
small
said.
for sure.
Um, and that'll just no garlic in this recipe. Yeah, I'm trying to
Nope,
remember.
nope,
I don't know
no
how I feel
garlic.
about that, but
No, you don't need it. The
garlic
broth,
makes everything better.
no, but the broth really gives it such delicious flavor.
Yes. Yeah, I guess you don't need garlic. Okay, yeah. The fat is starting to render from the sausage.
Hmm.
I did put a little olive oil in first just to help get things
That's good so
going
it doesn't
initially.
stick,
Yeah,
especially with those Dutch ovens.
yeah. So tell me about you. How are you? How is your day, mother?
I played mahjong today.
You
It
played
was very fun,
mahjong.
and I
Yeah.
won a couple. I won 2 rounds. It's very
You
good.
went to. You're not playing for money, right? You're just playing for fun.
No, I mean, we joked about that, but no. In fact, I don't know anyone who ever plays for money, but,
I don't know how you play. I guess just if you win the game, you get money. Is there like some betting system you can think of offhand for
no,
mahjong?
you get a card. Everybody has a card, and the card actually has all the same information on it, and there's a number of hands to play. So it you have tiles similar to cards, I suppose you could say, and then the tiles are distributed in a it's not hard, but it's kind of a very special way. And then you pick the tiles and discard them, but you're trying to make the hand. So the way you would get paid is like if you made a very easy hand, that might be worth $2. But if I was able to get mahjong with a more complicated or harder to get, maybe mine was worth $5. So it
Oh,
depends on who would make mahjong and the value of the hand that you won.
huh. Okay, that makes no sense as someone who doesn't know how to play mahjong, but I believe you. I probably need to learn the rules of mahjong. Is it fun? It's fun. It's a nice social activity.
Yes, it's very nice. I used to play as a kid,
Yeah.
but I didn't remember hardly anything about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so it was really great when we moved in. One of the women in our neighborhood is a big mahjong player, and she's
Oh,
very kindly had put out, to the group, does anyone want to learn? And there's like 10 people, or like, yes. So we're learning.
fun. What did you eat while you were there? Did you like have lunch or was this
We
after?
don't have lunch, and we've got to cut back a little bit, but everybody has snack, and people bring wine, and
Oh,
we all
bring
said,
like
no,
oh,
we
oh my
shouldn't drink
goodness.
wine because you really do have to concentrate, and we are learning, so we don't have wine.
Good point.
But
Good point.
since our clubhouse isn't built yet here in our community,
Oh
we've been
yes.
taking turns at houses, and different people have been hosting.
Fun.
And but we need to cut back. I mean, last week at Susan's, it was like a smorgasbord. I mean,
Just with the food.
and
Okay.
she was baking, which, I mean, we walked in the house, it smelled amazing, but she had baked some kind of a bread, and there were cookies and cheese and crackers and crudité and nuts,
Oh
and
my goodness.
it went on forever. Um, and that was and actually, I mean, we play for a while, we take a short break, literally you'll have just a little bite of something, and then maybe some water, or, iced tea or something, and then we get back to play, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's fun.
So you don't need that much food. So we're learning to cut back.
What about okay? So growing up, what kind of eater was I, mother? I don't think I was a picky eater. I think I was pretty good, right?
I would say you're an average eater. The thing about you
Oof.
that was really good was that you were always willing to try something.
Oh,
You might
really?
not, yes, you might not like it and you might not eat it, but you were always willing to try. And as you
All
got
right.
older and interested in food, obviously you've really become adventurous in terms of different cuisines and, unusual items. You don't have a problem trying. Um,
Yeah, when you come to my house now as an adult, I feel like you're like, what treats does Rudy have? Let me go through his cupboard and take his treats. Oh, fancy ice cream that I've never seen before. Let me take this out of his freezer and eat this while he's away. I feel like that's something that you're into these days.
well, you also seem to be very interested in anything that's new and different.
I
Uh, Anything that you can order off the internet.
okay.
Your only problem is you tend to order stuff by the case. So
All right, this isn't the criticize Rudy's buying habits channel show, okay? So
no, but
it's
I
to
mean,
commend Rudy for his event supporting small businesses show.
no, I
So if
mean,
anything,
that's
I'm helping.
I'm not saying you weren't helping, but
Okay, okay,
then maybe you need to find a place to donate some of this stuff.
okay, okay. All right, my sausage is very nicely browned at this point.
I
It's
see
not
that.
burnt, but even the yeah, you see some of the fat has kind of gotten to the bottom of the
Yes.
the
Did
Dutch
you?
oven, which is okay. You scrubbed my Dutch oven really well the other day to kind of get rid of this. Look, it's already back. That's just part of Dutch ovening, okay? You can't hate
Kind
on
of, but
that.
I mean,
So,
I think when you start adding the liquid, you'll be able to scrape up all those bits. Won't that have great
yeah.
flavor?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. I want to get those bits. But sometimes it just like it looks stained, I feel like, Dutch oven. And like that
Yes.
just happens. So,
Yes. Even after you clean it, it always has just a little bit. But I don't
yeah.
know. Is that part of seasoning the pot?
I
You know
don't
how
know
you
either.
season
Like,
things?
yeah, like or like a wok, you season a wok, but I don't know if that is for Dutch oven. But okay, so sausage is nicely browned. Am I throwing my
Onions.
uh onions in now and just kind of
Yes. Yes.
swirling?
Yes.
Everybody's getting swirled around. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
And just soften them a little bit. They don't have to cook too long.
Okay,
Um,
so what's
they'll
next?
cook a
Because
little bit more.
I am in a bit of a
Where's your broth? Is that simmering on the stove?
oh no, it's not. We need to do that
Okay.
now. Okay,
Yes,
so how
absolutely.
much broth is it?
How are you going to put a cup in of rice?
Excuse me?
How much rice are you putting in?
No, no, no,
Are you gonna
broth, broth. How much broth do
I
I
need
need?
to know how much rice you're putting
I'm
in
going to
to
do
know
10
how much
ounces, I
broth you
believe.
need.
10 ounces, I think, is what the recipe you found said.
Is that what it said? I'm gonna look at it
Pretty
really
sure it
quick.
is. I'm getting
I
my
think it
rice ready.
said
Boop, 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 boop,
5
boop. I
cups.
love that risotto rice comes in like a super vacuum sealed,
Right.
the
Oh, so you
Algoria.
it this says 5.5 cups, but
Yeah,
I would go with 6.
you go 6. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Go
just
ahead and
using,
do you have the
it says
carton?
try and use your own broth if you have it. I'm just
Oh,
going with the
preferably
classic
homemade.
Progresso.
Well,
Well,
yes.
yeah, I didn't have time to make broth, which I do
Yes.
recommend. Hey, if you buy a rotisserie chicken at the store and you're not making broth out of the carcass, you're missing out, my
Hi,
friend.
Alex.
Oh yeah,
Hi,
Alex is in
Alex.
chat. Hi, Alex. What kind of eater was Alex growing up? Since I was so adventurous,
He
how
actually
would
was
you
a good eater
categorize him?
as a
Oh, you're
little boy.
lying. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, he was pretty good too. I mean, he would try more things. He tended to not like more things, so then he wouldn't eat them, but he would try them.
He
And he
hated
was
vegetables.
well, they weren't his favorite. So he didn't really enjoy them.
He
But
still hates
he
vegetables.
no, he doesn't hate them. He just has a small number that he enjoys eating. But you have to try different
Oh, I dropped my
preparations, I
headphone.
suppose.
Oh no, where'd it go?
What did you lose, honey?
Oh no, it rolled under the fridge.
What?
Oh no, my headphone. I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Oh wait, no wait. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Hello, do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, yeah, I dropped my headphone. It's
Oh, your
okay, I got
headphone.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my headphone, it fell. I got it. Okay, so you said
See.
bring this to a boil? This broth?
Yes, then keep it at a very, very low simmer, but it has to be hot when you add like one ladleful at a time to
Really?
the pot.
It
Yes,
has to be hot? Why?
it does. Because if it's not hot, then you add it and it takes too long for it to come up to temperature and it's not going to be absorbed and cook the rice. And you'll be there
Okay.
for an hour and a half instead of
All
usually
right,
about
all right,
20
all right.
minutes.
So we got a second burner going. We're boiling
Yeah, just
six
put it in a saucepan.
cups. Yeah,
Yeah.
6 cups. It's yeah. I'm just using like a pot. It's not really
Oh,
super big.
absolutely. A saute pan. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
or yeah.
I'm sorry, not a saute pan.
Onions. No, just a small
Just
pot.
yeah, just a
Onion.
pot.
Ooh, this smells so nice too. Just the onions and the sausage. They're a little softened, I would say. They're starting to turn translucent, but just a bit.
Yeah, that's well, as soon as your broth comes oh, no, next you have to do
What's
your
next?
rice.
Yes. So,
Measure
10
out your
ounce.
rice.
Was whoa. Hello.
Yes, I'm
Okay, we're
here.
still here. Sorry, we had a little accident. The keyboard got
Oh,
the grater
no.
got knocked on the keyboard. No, no, we're okay.
Oh,
Everybody's
oh,
okay.
that's okay. Don't
Everybody's okay.
worry.
Everybody's still here. I think.
Good.
Type
Okay.
one in chat if you're still here. Type one in chat. Everybody type one in chat. Are people typing one? No. Okay. So.
Yup. Somebody typed yup. Thank you.
Okay, great. One. I'm seeing ones. Okay. Teos, Mom, Alpha Stream. Remember we watched with
Oh,
Arroz con
yes.
Pollo? My mom watched
Delicious.
that
Oh my
episode.
gosh, Rudy gave us
Oh
some
yeah, I
last
gave her a
to
bunch of
enjoy.
extra leftover. Yeah.
So good. I mean, it actually tasted good a couple days later. I guess maybe the flavors melded more. It was
Yeah, the
delicious.
broth. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Okay, cool. So I want to try and get this on. I'm gonna open the. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that, but it made like a nice hiss when I opened the rice.
Oh, I guess they vacuum seal them now.
Yeah, they do. Okay, so 10 ounces.
Yes, 10
This
ounces.
is. This feels kind of silly, but it's the only way I can measure 10 ounces super effectively.
Now, do you still have a, well, you're
10
measuring, sorry,
ounces.
but
10
then
ounces. We're good.
do you still have a little bit of fat in the bottom of the pan?
Yeah, yes. There's still some in here. Oh, the pan it looks really nice. Like I really, it's not burnt at all. It just got
No,
this
it just looks
this
brown. Yeah,
beautiful
that
browned
looks
bottom. Yeah, so that'll be
because
really nice to scrape all that up.
right, the point is then when you add the rice, you stir it around, almost toast it for about a minute,
And it
but you do want a
coats.
little of
Yeah,
the fat to get on it.
yes,
So
because
do you have any?
we want it to coat the
Coat it.
rice.
Yep.
Okay, so the rice. So I'm waiting. I should wait for my broth to come to a boil, or can I
No,
just toss
now
the rice
the
in
next
now?
thing is the rice.
Rice
So
in
as
now.
as this
Okay.
is coming up,
Let me change. Hold on. I'm gonna change cameras again.
okay, so what you're going to do is you add the rice and you cook it for 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah, you just and stir it
Yeah,
for,
stir a lot. I'm gonna be
about a
doing a
minute
lot
or
of
so.
stirring in the next 20 minutes or
Okay.
whatever, right? Yeah.
And then the
Stir, stir,
next
stir.
thing is going to be the wine. You're going to have to measure
Oh,
that
I
out
didn't
when
do
you
the
get a
wine. How
second.
much? It's half a cup,
Yeah, about half a cup or so.
and I
You
should
know,
put the saffron in that.
that's what the recipe that I have here, not always added the saffron at
So
the
I
end.
think saffron should be added to water to help it bloom, or in this case,
Oh,
wine. I feel like that's
okay.
become a thing that I have
Well, then
found
I would
out
definitely do
recently.
that. I would definitely
Yeah.
try that. Sounds good.
How much saffron should I put in?
I would pick up a pinch of threads and put them in.
Like, can you overdo it? If I put too much in, is that going to be
Yes, and
bad?
it does have a slight floral taste.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very subtle, but that's what you want. So literally a pinch.
Okay, here's my
Yes,
wine.
see, Uncle John said too, saffron at the end.
Yeah,
That's how Nonna did
yeah.
it. But follow
I'll
this recipe,
follow
do it
this
this way.
recipe. Yeah.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. This is kind of an annoying way that they.
But then once you put the wine in, I think you'll be able to scrape up your
Yeah,
nice
I can
brown bits.
deglaze.
Hmm.
I mean, this isn't going to read, but I will take, as you stated, a pinch of threads. Oh, it's in like a
Hmm.
little. Oh, it's in like a little tin. That's cute.
In a little pouch, right? Hmm.
Yeah, not a pouch, but like a tin. A pinch.
Hmm.
All right, that might have been a significant pinch. Eh, I don't feel bad about
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, but we
it. Is
don't
that
know
a
how.
lot? Oh, whatever.
Yes, it is. We don't know how strong of the.
It's fine. It's
It,
fine. It'll
it'll be
taste
good.
better.
It'll be good.
Okay, my rice. It's got that sheen to it. So
That's
clearly
perfect.
there was
Mhm.
fat in there.
Good. That's
Um,
what you needed.
does it
That'll help.
say to steep the saffron for a certain amount of time in the wine, or does it just say
No,
to add it to the wine?
it just says to add it.
That's weird. Oh, where is this recipe from? Also, we should be sure to note that. What is this
This is.
website from?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is from Food and Wine.
It's
Food
from
and
Food and Wine, the
mhm.
magazine. The
Food
okay,
and
cool.
Wine. Foodandwine.com. If you just search
Foodandwine.com. Yeah,
Milanese risotto, it'll
yeah,
come up for you. And
great.
as you noted, it does not have the sausage and it does not have the porcini mushrooms.
But that's okay. We're gonna have
Actually, if
those.
you used vegetable broth, then it could be vegetarian, I suppose.
Well, you're gonna add a. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess you're right. I mean,
Because you're
no,
using
it's
chicken
already.
stock now.
Yeah, yeah, yes, that's true. Okay, so I guess I'll add the wine now. If I don't
Yes,
need
add
to.
add your wine. Go ahead and do your deglazing. See how that goes.
Okay, this shouldn't steam up too much. No, we got a little noise, but I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna scrape them. Okay, so what is left? When do the mushrooms go in?
They
I'm taking
usually
them
went
out
in at the
now.
end.
Those go in. Okay, so I'm not in a rush to. Oh wow, it smells so good. I'm not in a rush to chop those right now
Mm-mm.
necessarily, right?
No,
So I can take
no.
my time on those. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you can see, I think this is probably reading on camera. It's scraping it up with the wine already. That delicious dark fond is coming off,
Yes, and
and
then
you
when you
absolutely want
put
that.
in your first ladleful of your broth, that'll come up
Yes.
too.
Okay,
Oh,
and the broth is almost at a boil now. I see bubbles. I don't have a camera for the second
no,
burner,
that's fine. You'll
but the
know.
broth is
And
coming up. Oh, this smells
and you
so
do
nice.
have, I know you keep your ladle right near the stove there. You have your ladle, right?
Yes, I have my ladle ready. Ladle's ready.
Good.
So, and the process is going to be ladle of broth, stir, 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 stir until the broth basically is evaporated, correct?
Pretty much absorbed, correct.
Absorbed, yeah. Which won't take too long.
Not usually. Now you should be on like a medium heat, not
Medium
too
heat.
too
So this
high. I
is
know.
my heavy duty burner too.
Yes, I know
So
you're on your big burner.
I think I'll do medium. Yeah, medium should be plenty. Because there's a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, we'll see. Giada has a good. Oh, Giada probably has a Milanese risotto recipe.
I
Oh,
don't know if it's Milanese. Yeah, I saw Uncle John noted that. I'm sure it's delicious. Her recipes are always quite good.
yeah, I like her. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready to start the ladling process.
Okay. So add a nice big ladle full, especially the first time.
First time. All right. I have a metal ladle. This actually, I bought this for pizza sauce, but I think it'll work well in risotto too. Nice big ladle. Don't want to spill hot broth all over my stovetop, and I didn't. All right. And we're stirring around.
No, just pour it in, then put the ladle down and then stir.
Stir, 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 stir.
I think you could put a little more in.
Yeah, I think so too. And then we spilled everywhere. Great. That's going to happen when you make risotto and you use your left hands to move the broth.
Yeah, that's why you can just add the ladle, put the ladle down, and then stir with your
All
other
right,
hand.
yeah. It's not that big a deal to stir, like to never stop stirring. I feel like I've read
Well,
that before. Never stop stirring the risotto. Never stop.
it's part of what releases the starch from the
Yeah, no,
rice.
I know that. But I feel like if you stop stirring, then you ruin it or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
That I don't know.
No, okay, okay. Some A plus stirring. Uh, what
And
did you eat? Okay, go
you
ahead. Go
could
ahead.
you could stir it slower, honey. You don't have to
Oh,
be.
slower?
Yeah, it's okay. Just a slow. No, that's too fast. Just kind of a slow stir. That's good.
Like this?
Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, and just let it. Yeah,
This isn't even stirring. This is mixing slowly.
yeah, that's fine
Um,
too. I mean,
what are
it
some
needs a
things that
chance
you
to
made for
absorb.
us growing up? What are some foods that you made for us? What were some of the favorite foods you made for us growing up?
Gosh, I don't know.
You don't even know. Alex and I were
Meatballs and
talking the other day. We
do you like
remember
meat?
roast beef a lot. Like you making
Yes, on
like an eye
Sundays we used
round or yes.
eye round. We used to make that and make the gravy with it. So we used to make that a lot.
Did you used to do roast chicken a lot too, or
We had gotten a rotisserie. So we used to do rotisserie
rotisserie
chicken, whole
chicken?
chickens. We used to
Yeah.
do that. I used to do the chicken legs in the oven. You guys
Ugh,
didn't like that old.
no.
Well,
Why
that
would you
was
do
with the
that?
breadcrumbs and a lot of Parmesan cheese. Cook
No,
that
I
in the
never liked
oven.
that. No, I never liked
Really?
that. Yeah,
I thought it's
I don't think I like that.
no. I used to put a lot of Parmesan cheese in the
No, I
breadcrumbs. It was
remember.
fun.
Yeah, and you use the Italian breadcrumbs, but I don't know
Yeah,
why. I just thinking of that
that was not a fave.
does not bring back fond memories or
Fond
brings
memories.
back disappointed memories?
Well, we used to do meatballs. You always enjoyed meatballs and some kind of a pasta. That was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And
Meatballs and
grill.
pasta is nice.
Used to grill a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the London broil, marinated London broil.
Yes, slice that thin. Enjoyed
Yeah, that's
that.
nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Grilled veggies.
Well, I don't know that you grilled veggies frequently. That's a thing that you started doing when you got older. Oh man, the rice is really absorbing
Right.
this
Which is
broth.
that's
You
why
can see.
and to
Yeah,
be honest, you might even need more than your 6 cups. I always found that I
of
needed more.
broth.
Yeah, I always
Oh, I
found
don't
I
know about
needed
that.
more broth.
Like, how do you know when this is done? I guess is like the
You
question.
will usually it's about
Taste.
20 minutes and you also taste the rice to make sure it's cooked.
Yeah.
And it's got a very slight bite to it, not crunchy, but a
Al
slight
dente.
bite.
Would you say
Well,
al dente? No, you
I
wouldn't.
I no, I'm not sure if I would say al dente. It's got to be cooked through, but not like it's a mushy lump.
Okay. Cooked through, but not a mushy lump.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
How's that for directions?
Yeah. What are some foods you ate growing up? How old are you again? Tell everybody.
I'm 67. I'm old.
Oh, wait, you did it? I was joking when I said that. You didn't have
That's
to tell
fine. I
everybody
don't
how old you
care.
are. Okay. You're 67. Okay.
I
So
am.
what are some foods you ate growing up? Oh, well, so also our grandfather has, I don't want to say peculiar tastes, but he does
No,
like awful, he likes like gamey meats.
yeah. Well,
Um
Uncle John just wrote tongue. They used to make
tongue,
tongue
yes,
sometime.
exactly. Like
Oxtail. Actually, oxtail
oh,
stew
oxtail is awesome. Oxtail
was
is
quite
that
good.
grandpa was ahead of the curve on that one because oxtail is really good and expensive these days.
And
So
I vividly remember they used to make a kind of a lamb stew. I don't
oh,
know. I don't know. It had bones, so I don't know what kind of lamb it was, but it had like a tomato base with it,
oh
and
wow.
they always put peas in it. I do remember I was like, it was
Hmm.
so yummy until then they threw all the peas. I mean, the peas were fine, but it
Peas are
and
fine.
potatoes, cut
Oh.
cubed potatoes in there. So that was kind of an interesting stew. Well, I used to make stew for you guys.
Oh yeah, we love our beef stew. Though we big
You
fan of
like
that.
beef stew growing up? You enjoyed that?
Yeah, I lamb is something that I don't. America. Who was I talking to somebody British recently? And yes, I was talking to someone who might be on the show in the future. My friend Charlie, and she's like, "Yeah, lamb is really popular here. Like, you can get Chinese food. You go to a Chinese food restaurant, you can get chicken, pork, or beef for all of the different things. They have lamb there too, so you can get chicken, pork, beef, or lamb. And I always
Wow.
thought that was really cool. It's just, for whatever reason, it's not a huge thing in American diets. I feel like. Do you agree with that, or do you know a lot of people that are
Probably.
like,
I
"Oh, I
mean,
love lamb"?
lamb is a kind of like I really like it or I really don't. It does have a
Hmm.
bit of a gamey taste to
Like a
it. So,
little bit. I don't
well,
know.
for some people who,
Tripe.
and also let's be honest, it's always the preparation. So if you're not quite
Sure,
sure
of
how to
course.
prepare it
Yeah.
and, you don't maybe marinate it or you don't put nice rosemary and garlic and stuff in it, then it's more meat taste and not nice
Mm-hmm.
flavor on the meat.
Yeah.
So,
Tripe?
you
Did
know,
you eat tripe frequently? Uncle John just said tripe in the
well,
chat.
the grandparents would make it. We didn't
I
eat it.
do
It
not care for
was
tripe.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, not that.
Um,
And
I want to
sometimes
like it. I've had it in pho a lot or other like Chinese noodle dishes, but
yeah, the organ
it
meat. I mean,
just
also
I
brains,
mean, so I keep meaning to
kidneys.
have brains whenever we go to hot pot. I think I would eat brains. I don't think I would
Oh,
mind brain. I
they're
would do
so
tripe.
mushy and
Yeah, the
nasty.
texture. I know the texture is really
No.
uh,
Yeah,
a
no,
thing. But
yeah, no.
I would be into it. What was tripe though? I just can't. And that the whole point of tripe is the texture, right? Like that.
It's like chewing
Yes.
rubber bands. It's
Well,
nasty.
but it doesn't have any flavor,
No,
right?
it
Like
doesn't. No, it
it's
doesn't.
all about texture. So if you don't like that texture, and I don't like that texture,
But it's also
then
how
there's
you
no real point.
prepare it. I do remember
I
one of the women I
guess.
used to work with who talked to I believe her grandparents were Russian, and she said they used to make tripe and they would, like, boil it in milk, and then oh, it sounded
Okay.
horrific,
I
not
mean, all
tasty.
right. We don't yuck other people's yums on this show.
Well,
You always say it's not for me, okay?
she always said as a kid it would be horrifying when they would have that for dinner.
Okay. If
She
that
was
was her
always
words,
upset.
then fine. If those were her words, then I accept
And
it. But
this is as a child. I mean, she was like
sure.
9, 10 years old, and she said it was boiled in milk, which it, you know, pepper pot stew, isn't that a big one? And they put slices of tripe in
Mm.
that and it's very
Is that
spicy and
rabbit? Oh,
tomato and
no.
stuff.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
I believe they can put that. So that's different if it has a lot of that stuff in it.
Sure. But just
But
tripe as the
but
main
boiled
star?
in milk,
No.
yeah, kind of not doing much, not enhancing it very much.
What about liver? Did you have liver growing up
Ugh,
frequently?
yes, calves liver and
Okay.
onions,
Yeah.
calves liver, and then finally my mom would make liver and onions, and she would fry bacon and fry onions with it. And
Okay.
so you'd have to have a piece of liver, but you could have bacon and onions. So you'd eat like a piece of bacon and like a small piece of the liver
Ooh,
and
yeah.
try to choke that down.
I don't know. I think I like liver, and you don't mind liver. I feel like
The
remember you bought
texture
liverwurst from Aldi, and
liverwurst
that
is
was very
different because
weird.
it's got stuff and it's spicy, and I eat it
Or
on a
like a
cracker.
pate, you would have like a liver pate. Would you have something like that? Or
No, this is
okay,
liver that they would coat with flour and like fry.
fry it. Yeah.
Yes,
So it
and
retains that soft texture, but the
the
outside is a little
the
crispy.
mealy texture was
Oh,
not something I appreciated as a child.
okay, okay, okay.
Now some people love it. I've been out with Maureen, and
Your work
she
friend.
ordered liver and onions one time when we went out
Yeah.
for dinner. She was so excited to see it on the menu and totally enjoyed it. So again, I think a lot of that's acquired taste.
What about
Because
sweetbread? Have you ever had that? Sweetbreads, which
I
is
have not,
like
but that was
veal
another
glands
one
or
of
something.
grandpa's favorites.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we had the
I didn't know that.
sweetbreads. Yeah, that was another one. Mm.
I want to eat that.
Um, the other thing is we used to have, we were Catholic, so fish on Fridays. Always had fish.
Oh, sure.
And grandpa was a fisherman, so
Mm,
we had some really nice fish. My mom would he'd have like a bass or whatever. Or I don't know what kind of fish it was. Oh,
yeah.
striper, blue striper or whatever. And so down the middle and then in the inside she put like breadcrumbs and tomatoes and stuff and
Oh, wow.
baked that. Yes, that was very tasty. I've never attempted anything like that because
A
like
whole
you have to,
fish.
yeah, you have to like
It's
clean it and
intimidating.
stuff. Yeah,
Well, these days you don't. You go to the store and they'll
I know,
give you a whole
but I
fish
guess I
gutted
would
and yeah.
be overcooked items are never tasty, but I think
Agreed.
overcooked fish is especially dry and
Oh, when it gets like rubbery and gross and yeah.
yeah, so I'd rather get something like cod or salmon that I know I
Yeah.
can bake in the oven or do in the pan. But that's I think a lot of times why I enjoy ordering fish when I go out because I don't
Yeah, just someone
cook
else take care of
certain
it.
ones,
Yeah.
yeah, at home. And that was the other thing. We did enjoy, clams, mussels,
Yes, yes.
oysters,
Yeah, when I
that
got to
kind of stuff.
college, I was surprised that other students were like, "No, I don't eat seafood." And that was like, "What? You don't eat any seafood?" That was such a surprise because growing up, we had all that frequently, I feel like.
Yeah, shrimp,
Um,
of course. And you
yeah,
always like
shrimp, yeah.
shrimp. Alex
Yeah.
always enjoyed
Who
shrimp. The
doesn't like
shrimp
yeah,
scampi.
shrimp is good. Shrimp is pretty
Some
harmless. I don't
people
know.
don't, and
Yeah.
no, some people don't, and some people actually, I think quite a few people, shellfish allergies are fairly common.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So that's fair, of course, if someone has a shellfish allergy. But I was always just surprised and a little disappointed that some of our friends would be like, "Yeah, just don't eat seafood." Like what? Wow. I mean, and it wasn't even like for I'm not a meat eater. It was just like I don't eat an
Well,
entire
they might not
category of
have
food.
eaten a lot of it grown up because,
Yeah. Yeah.
perhaps
Yeah. Yeah.
whoever was cooking in the house wasn't making it in the house, and
Sure.
you don't
Sure. Sure.
go
Sure.
out
Sure.
and eat it all the time.
All I'm saying is open your horizons, or maybe not your horizons, your deep
Culinary
water
plunge.
horizons, your deep water horizons to
Now,
fish.
how's your stock doing?
I still have several ladles full here, and you can
Okay.
just see it has increased. The rice is plumped up, and
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
just the volume in general of everything it was like mostly sausage with rice. Now it's more like rice with sausage.
Yes. Now, I have to say, I think that Nana would have had a little less sausage, although it's not completely done. That does
Not
look like a
a
lot of
pound.
sausage in
It
there.
was a pound. It was a
Yeah,
pound. Maybe I
it
shouldn't have used
might.
a full pound then. Oh
Yeah,
well.
it might have been less.
Oh well.
No,
This
I
is a
mean
substantial risotto that I am making.
it'll still be very tasty, and of course, it isn't completely done, so
Yeah.
the
No.
rice will continue to fluff up.
Now there's no cream or anything in this, right?
Nope.
I know you said it is
Mm-mm.
creamy, but that's probably going to come from the
That's the starch
ton
from the
of
rice,
yes, but
and
and also the ton of cheese that I'm going to put in it, right?
that does add a little bit, but it's really more the starch. That's why you really need to use the arborio, which is
The
what you did,
arborio.
because it's a short grain rice that is
Isn't there
very starchy.
another rice for risotto besides arborio that's popular that I'm forgetting the name?
Arborio is Italian. There might be like another short grain rice grown in other regions of the country that would be great for risotto and would work.
Hmm.
But arborio is the one that I know.
If that's the one you know. Okay. Uh,
Although different kinds of rice. We had I made batsami rice?
basmati.
Basmati. Basmati rice the other night. It's
Okay, yeah,
just so good. I mean, I like
yeah.
jasmine
Well,
rice
you
too, but that it's so light and it's so delicious.
and you know that I buy that one type of medium grain, the Japanese.
The Japanese rice, that's
Yeah.
nice and sticky, which is delicious
Yes.
too.
Yes. Yes.
But I hadn't made the basmati in a long time, and Dad and I really enjoyed how
Yeah.
light it was.
Yeah.
Really delicious.
Great. How are you? How are things going? I'm just stirring the risotto. Just kind of moving everybody around. Pretty exciting. What else do you want to talk about? Food stuff.
Oh, me?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Uh, have you started making any bread?
So I did. There's one bread recipe that I've made a few times that is actually a Dutch oven bread recipe. Yeah,
Yeah. Is it a yeast bread?
it is a. Now I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yeast bread, but you cook it in your Dutch oven um, instead of using like a loaf pan or whatever like that. I saw it on those videos, those like tasty videos or whatever.
Oh yes, those can be quite good.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't love them because it's just step by step. It doesn't like teach you technique or explain why things are good. It's just like do this, then do this, then do this.
Well, but if
So
you're
I have thoughts on those.
I thought I saw somebody now it could have been a TikTok video or maybe it was on no, I believe it
Probably
was on Instagram because I don't watch TikTok. But somebody it was like
it's all
yogurt
the
and
same.
they made bagels. It
They made
looked
bagels with yogurt. Hmm.
yes, and flour and perhaps there was water. I don't remember now. And then
Hmm.
they sprinkled that everything bagel seasoning all
Oh,
over
that
them.
everyone's obsessed with that
Yeah,
seasoning.
and
Yeah.
it did they looked amazing. It looked
Oh,
really delicious.
well,
Yes.
bagels seem like a pain to make in real life. And I don't know. You
But
only live in New Jersey or you live in Delaware now, but in New Jersey you can get excellent bagels. So
yeah, that's
um,
true. Although the young woman, when I get my hair cut, there's Surfside bagels, and they're the best bagels. But I
oh,
don't know
okay.
if she's ever had New York bagels to
Oh.
compare it to.
Um, but I would. It was like a jalapeno cheddar bread that I would make.
Oh,
I
well, that
actually
has a
use an
lot of good
entire
flavor.
block of cheddar cheese.
Did
So
it rise much though? Because the cheese sometimes can really pull it down.
no, it no. It would always turn out great. The few times I did it, and it made excellent grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh,
In particular. So I was a big fan of that, and I made it 3 or 4 times. But
I
I've been into pizza dough for bread.
yes, I know
That's
you
like
like
the
your
bread
pizza
I've been
dough.
making mostly.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's always
And
tasty. And your
I don't.
pizzas.
I think I have a loaf pan somewhere, but I don't know. You used to have a bread machine, right? When we were
Yes,
growing up,
yes, and that became dangerous because we
it
would
became
make the bread and
dangerous.
we'd eat the entire
Oh,
loaf for
yeah.
dinner. It
Okay,
was,
yeah.
I mean, fresh made hot bread. Yum.
Yeah, I remember that. And it wasn't like it was just like everybody in the pool press go, right? Um,
Yes, you would buy the mixes and you put that in with water and turn it on and obviously mixed it all and baked it. And they always came out delicious. I never, nothing ever burnt or nothing ever was not cooked. Very good. But like I said, after a while, I was like, we have to stop this. We're eating a
I was gonna
loaf of
say, is
bread
that in your garage
every
still,
night.
or did you throw that out at some point?
I
Like you sold
believe
it
we
at a
got rid
yard
of it.
sale?
I
Yeah,
believe we
that
got rid of it.
surprises me very much. But
But it also was I mean, there might have been a recipe book with it, but it was the kind of
hmm
thing that I always bought the bread mix to go with the bread
like there were
machine.
specific mixes for the machine. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
interesting.
And well, it became so popular you could buy them in the grocery store too.
Hmm. Oh, gotcha. The mixes, that is.
Yes, and it had everything in it and often had the flavoring in it. I
Is
think
that
Uncle
still a
John
thing? Those bread machines, or I
I
don't
think
even
Uncle
know.
John still uses his. I'm not sure. And I'm sure they would have a resurgence because they're really easy to use. And,
Wow.
you know, if you had your own recipe and were putting your grains and stuff in that you like, because people, you know, try to eat healthy and do a lot of that kind of stuff themselves, doesn't have a lot of, put the extra sugar in it. It doesn't have a lot of preservatives in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying invest in bread machines right now? That's what people should be doing with their money? That's
No,
Adrian Basso's investment tips. Bread machines.
it is a big machine too. It takes up a lot of space.
Why?
Um, because it's a large machine.
No, yeah, but I was asking, why do you think it does?
Well,
What are
because
the logistics of it?
it has to mix, which means it has to churn,
Okay.
and then it has to get hot and bake, so it's got to be insulated and stuff, and
Okay.
then it's got
Okay.
all the electronics and the settings.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
I think it's powered by magic. Alex thinks it's done by magic.
Alex thinks it's magic. He might be right.
Mhm. Well,
Bread
yes.
machine. I
Now,
remember it, and I remember it being really, really good. I
yes,
remember it
right?
would
You
go
remember
fast between the four of us.
it always
Yeah.
tasted yummy.
I guess I should have a spoon and start tasting at this point. I have a little bit of broth left, but
I was
this
going to
has
say,
absorbed
what?
so much.
Well, definitely need to get that a little drier, if you will. But how is
No, no,
the
yeah, yeah.
I didn't notice. Did you notice what time you started doing it? Because usually
Nope,
it's about 20 minutes.
I sure
I
didn't. I
I
probably
used
should
to
have
put a
paid attention
timer
to
on
that.
actually when I
Yeah, that
started with
seems like
the
a smart person would do that. Yeah. Um,
because I
I'm saying
always
I'm not the
forgot.
smart one. I'm dumb. Yeah, yeah, I had forgotten as well. I mean, but wouldn't just tasting it kind of give me an idea of where I
Oh,
think it should
absolutely.
be?
Yeah.
Or oh, look at a
Grab
spoon.
a spoon and taste a little of the rice and see what you think.
I don't have any spoons. It's the color is definitely the saffron is definitely it's like
Ha- Has it
a
colored it?
yellowish. It's like
Okay, because
yellow. Yeah.
I can't really tell. Like I said, we would add the saffron at the end and it would be yellow, really yellow.
Or that's why I said turmeric probably would be a good alternative if you just want
I'm
color.
not sure if it would change the taste that much though. Turmeric has a kind of a different
It
flavor.
doesn't really, not really though. I honestly
So
don't know.
how is
I
the rice
taste
though?
it
Is it
tastes
chewy?
fine.
Does it
Uh,
taste cooked?
It definitely tastes cooked. It's not crunchy, and it is creamy. It's very creamy. I honestly I feel bad because I don't know what texture I'm going for here.
Well,
So
why don't you you said how many more ladles do you have?
maybe two,
Okay.
two
Why
more.
don't you finish your broth? Now that could be absorbed a little bit more before you add more
Yeah,
another
I
broth.
agree. So
Yeah, let
I'll
that
let
dry a
this
little more.
reduce
Do
a
you
bit
think
more.
there's too much sausage in there and not enough rice?
No, I think it actually could use seasoning from what I tasted.
No, I'm sorry,
So
honey, not seasoning, sausage. Do
no,
you
I
think
heard
there's
what you
too much
said,
sausage?
but I'm saying I think it could use seasoning. I
Oh,
mean,
probably salt, I guess, maybe
well, we're
pepper.
gonna add a cup of Parmesan cheese, right? So
Oh, you're right. I would absolutely
let me
wait.
hold off on seasoning until I add that. But I hope that will be enough to give it kind of. some
No, so I
sausages.
was curious what you thought about the ratio. What do you think about your ratio of rice to sausage?
I have no. I mean, this is I can't remember the last. I can't remember ever eating this really, or even the last time I had risotto. I don't. I can't think of the last time I had risotto. So I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be tasty, but I think there's too much sausage in it.
Hmm. Okay. Definitely getting fennel from the
Yeah.
sausage.
Oh, are you? Yeah. See that? Isn't that something?
Yeah. Okay. I think I can add more broth now.
Yes. Yes. Looks good.
Okay. I'll put a ladle away. Just mix it up. Wow. This is rice. Pretty crazy. Uh, what other questions about food do you want to ask me, Mom? Ask me all the questions.
Well, I would say what cuisine, and I know you're always so curious, what cuisine are you anxious to try? I know you recently tried Ethiopian food and you were excited
Yes,
about that.
I did.
So,
I loved it.
what cuisine are you kind of like, gosh, I would really like to go to an authentic blah blah place?
Um, we did Korean hot pot and Korean barbecue,
Right.
but I think I'd like to go to a just like Korean normal food restaurant. Normal food. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean, like
Right, like
everyday
a
Korean
menu,
food. Yes,
like
exactly, like a
a
menu.
menu and
Because off
see
the
what's
top of my
there.
head, outside of they've got the rice cakes. Do you know this rice cakes?
I don't think
You
so.
don't know? Yeah, it's. There's a name for it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Is it street food or no?
Yes, or like I don't know. I think rice cakes make an appearance in a lot of Korean food
Hmm.
as an alternative to rice. But I haven't had.
Oh, I see, yes,
Do
and
you know
they
what I'm
put
talking
the
about?
rice cake down.
Yes,
Yes, yes, I do know what you mean.
yes.
Yes,
I
okay.
don't know that I've had a lot of other Korean food besides that, and I would like to try more Korean food. So,
Mm.
right? Can you think off the top of your head, like, what are some Korean entrees? Korean food entrees?
I know that there are recipes for, like, really amazing fried chicken,
Oh,
Korean
sure. So
fried
I've had
chicken.
Korean fried chicken. I've had bibimbap too, which is like a rice bowl with a bunch of
Yes, they put the
fun
stuff
stuff on
in
it.
that,
Yeah,
yes. But like I said, I know that there's certain, the fried chicken is supposed to be
Korean fried
amazing.
chicken, and yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, very
Yeah, there's
crispy, but not
a restaurant
greasy.
called Bonchon. Usually they have sauces on them too. So it's not
Oh,
just
oh,
that,
okay.
yeah, they're like sauced.
Oh,
Sometimes
that I
they're
didn't
quite
know.
spicy. So, Korean food. What about you? What's a food that you want to try, Adrian?
Um,
Do you want to
I
try
don't kn
Ethiopian food?
I suppose if I had someone with me who could help me, order,
I mean, you just pick, I mean, I guess.
well,
It's
just to have
usually
a
just
better
like
idea
a
of
bunch of
what it is.
stewed stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, um,
And then you eat it with the bread, which is really fun.
yes, the different kinds. I mean, I know I've had some, but I would like to try more Indian food. I really enjoy Indian
Mmm.
food.
Yeah, me too.
Um, remember we used to go to that buffet, which was so nice, but it still, like you said, it was still a limited number of dishes.
Mmm.
And I'm sure that there's different regional Indian food,
Oh, sure, absolutely. India's
right?
huge. Yeah.
So, I mean, I very much enjoyed everything that I've ever had, the buttered chicken, the tiki masalas, the
Yeah, the
different
more
curries, but I'm sure there's
Americanized
a
stuff.
lot of other food that I never tasted, and
Yeah.
I would be interested in trying some of that because I
Yeah,
really think I would like it.
me too. All right, last of the broth going in.
Okay,
Super creamy. The sausage is in there, but I think the ratio is okay. Definitely the
do you?
rice is absorbed enough that, yeah, I think
Good.
so. And then, I mean, I feel like I can just turn this. Well, I'll leave the heat on for a little bit, but is
Leave
it
the heat on
okay if
because
it rests a little bit more with the heat
what
off?
what you need to do though right now is you need to
Yeah,
take your porcini mushrooms and
yeah.
chop them a little bit and throw those in.
Now?
Yes,
Okay, let me turn down my heat and chop.
the last little bit there, so they get absorbed with a little bit of the broth too.
And
And you
then,
can add some of the porcini mushroom broth too, Uncle John says.
oh, that's a fun idea. I think I dumped it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's right there.
Uncle John makes really good risotto too.
Oh. Just rough chop the porcini mushrooms. They
Yeah, you don't want
rehydrated very well. Yeah.
yeah, you don't want like big pieces of it.
Yeah.
Just you want to like take a bite and there might be a little piece, but it, just
I
adds
mean, they
that really
impart a lot
nice
of flavor.
flavor.
Just a little bit imparts, yeah, that nice earthiness. Okay. In you go. Then I got to start grating cheese.
Yes, the cheese was yum yum.
The cheese was yum yum. Well
It's
put, mother.
true. And did you get good Parmesan, the
Yes.
Reggiano?
Yep. We have
Okay.
nice Parmesan Reggiano.
I
And
mean,
I
I
think
know it's
this
real.
is one where you don't skimp on the Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
mean,
you're
I
at
know
home
it's
making spaghetti with some jar sauce and you're like, I could use a little Parmesan, then maybe, you use your shake cheese or whatever. But for something like this, where you just spent 20 minutes stirring it around and
no, the
use the
taste
nice
is
stuff. Yeah,
it just
use the nice
tastes
stuff.
so much better. It
And we'll
it
put a
is
little mushroom
expensive.
water in
That's
there too.
unfortunately the downside. It is pretty pricey, but
Yeah,
it's so worth it.
splash some mushroom juice in there.
Yeah, that was perfect right from the top, so you didn't have to worry about getting anything
Yeah, the
gritty in
stuff's
there.
from the bottom, yeah. All right, risotto.
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 I think you're there. And you said the
Yeah, we're
rice
pretty
tasted
close.
nice, right? Not
Yeah,
crunchy
I think
or
so. No, no,
it
no, no.
looks nice and creamy. Looks very
Yeah, it looks
creamy.
really creamy. Where's my spoon? Come here, you. Oh god, it's hot. Okay, yeah. It definitely needs salt. Like,
Okay.
definitely
Well,
needs
wait,
salt. But
but
you're
weren't
gonna
you
add
gonna
the
add your
cheese. Yeah, we're
parm?
gonna add the cheese. Yeah,
Then after that, you can adjust your spices.
but it doesn't really have a lot of seasoning. So, like, it should be wet, right? Risotto is kind of like wet on its
Well,
own,
you're
right?
gonna add the cheese, and the cheese will help bind it up a little bit, and it is kind of creamy.
Yeah,
So the texture looks decent right now. That looks good.
a little bit more, or should I stop now?
No,
Do you
no,
think?
I think that's good. Add in
Okay,
your cheese.
okay. I'm gonna take it off the heat. I mean, it's still very hot, so it'll still evaporate some more of the
Yeah, that's it. As it sits, then it does, and you don't want it to get. I don't think it would get dry, to be honest. It looks so very
No, I
creamy.
don't think so either. All right, we're grating.
Oh, you didn't grate it before.
No, I didn't grate it yet. I've got a million things going on.
I know. I know. You need a little
That's
sushi.
cooking. I need to see. I have Alexa, but I don't think she's enough. I mean, it said a cup in the recipe of rice or of Parmesan cheese, but
Well, we
I know
you
you.
always
It's just a ton. All of the Parmesan cheese is what you add.
well you put a big in, stir it all in, and then you put a nice layer on the top.
Sure, the topping Parmesan. In fact, I might
Yes.
use all of this. I don't know. Alex will be upset if I use up all
Oh,
the
I don't.
Parmesan.
Oh, I don't think you need to use all of that.
Okay, that's enough to start. In it goes, everybody.
That looks great.
Okay, and then let me stir this up. Oh yeah, this looks like risotto. I
It
did
does.
it.
It really does. Now, do
Looks
you think
good.
the saffron color has come through? I can't really
Yeah, it's
tell.
yellow. You
Yeah.
can't. No, I okay. Well, we'll get a better picture in a bit, but um, I think it'll. I think It's good. Alex, do you want to come down and taste? Did I not use the nice Parmesan? I thought that was the nice Parmesan. Yeah, that was the nice one. That was the only Parmesan we have.
Okay, so then just grate a little more. So I guess maybe when you serve it, then you could just top it with
That is the good
each
Parmesan, I thought.
each serving.
We don't have
Hi,
the other.
Alex.
All right.
Hi,
Alex
Alex.
is here too. Yeah, he can't hear you, Mom. Here, grate this. Grate some more to put on top.
No, the good one. Go in the fridge. Wow, do you ever open the fridge on camera?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's my fridge. Ooh. Oh no, it's not. It's the camera's. It's not looking at this. Huh?
Yeah, it's that one.
There's like nothing here.
Yeah, but it's the good one.
Oh my god.
It's Parmigiano Reggiano.
That's
Parmesan.
Oh
Which
really?
means it's from Italy.
Do you hear Alex talking?
Yes, we
Mom?
can. Yes, and it
You
has
can
to
hear
be
him?
the Reggiano. He's right, honey.
I
That's the
thought it
one that
was the
comes from Italy.
Reggiano. I thought
There's
it
like a
was.
whole thing.
It's the Lidl one.
All right.
If it doesn't say that on the rind, I think it's like trademarked or something like that. It has to be um, from that particular area to be
Ask Mom why
called
she only
Reggiano.
the best kind.
What?
Spoiled us.
What?
Ask her thoughts on Parmesan cheese.
What are your thoughts on Parmesan cheese?
And why did she only ever buy the most expensive
Why did you
ones?
spoil us as children? We can't eat the bad
Because
stuff
that's
anymore.
what we always. Let me tell you, my grandparents, we always had like a big cheese, like a holiday dinner, but big cheese platter and beautiful slices of cheese, and there would be like,
Mom paid $20 a pound.
Alex.
there would be a big hunk of fresh Parmesan cheese also included on the cheese tray, and you just like take a knife and like break off a piece of it. It was so
Wow.
delicious.
Uncle John says, Alex on camera?
No.
No. Alex is not wearing his on-camera attire right now.
I didn't put on my nicest suit.
He didn't put on his nicest suit.
I can
Stop hitting the
imagine
cord.
what Alex is wearing.
Nothing. Mom's laughing and thinking about what you're wearing.
In fact, I know what you're wearing.
There are holes in your shirt?
White
All right.
T-shirt, black basketball shorts.
Wow, Mom absolutely called what you're wearing right now. That's exactly. She said white T-shirt, black basketball pants, shorts.
Oh, I'm moving myself.
All right. How's that look? Let me get the big.
Oh my
wide
gosh,
shot.
that looks amazing, Rue. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, really, really good.
This is always
But
my
now,
favorite part.
oh, now, did you think it needed a little salt? Did you try some
You know,
salt?
I didn't say. I need to buy
Well,
new
obviously,
earbuds.
Told you like that.
What'd you tell me?
To buy the ones that hook on your ears.
Buy the ones. Yeah, I need earbuds that hook on my ears because these ones keep falling out. It's really annoying.
well, obviously, you can always add a little salt if you need it after you
Yeah,
taste.
I have nice salt. Ooh, it's hot. It's steaming. Oh wow, that's really nice actually.
No, now is the fennel really coming through on it?
No.
Not as much. Okay.
Am I on spoon or am I on plate?
Hmm?
Nothing. It's good?
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's very, very creamy. The sausage isn't too much. I can taste the porcini mushrooms, that's a nice little
Isn't that nice?
umami. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. The rice is not too. It's not too
Mush.
soft. It's chewy. No, it's not mush. It's like you said. It's chewy.
It
But
has
it's
to be
not-
just a little, and I have to be honest, that's I think the trickiest thing to get because you don't
Mhm.
want to overdo it. But
Mm-mm.
obviously, if you don't cook it enough, then you're crunching, and that's not pleasant.
Like it's really creamy and wet, but it's not like liquidy. Like it's not
Oh yes, no, you have to
dripping
make
in
sure.
liquid or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it's
So,
not like a little soupy.
no, it's not soupy. No, I'm very happy. This turned out really nice.
Great, and you certainly have a lot of it.
What?
Feed it to the camera.
Oh, here, I'm feeding it to the camera. Here, Mom, this bite's for you.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
Yum.
You know what? Now I can see the nice saffron color. Very good. Very good. Do you taste any kind of a flavor that you think might be attributed to
I don't
saffron?
know. I
Or
don't
no?
know what saffron tastes like off the top of my head, so no. It really was just a color thing, I guess.
No, but again, I've had it a lot both ways, and the last time I had it with the saffron, I did notice a
You could
slight
taste it.
flavor difference. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. I gotta eat more saffron in my life. I need
Well,
more saffron filled life.
there you go.
but it's really good. Here, Alex, do you want to try some? You won't come on camera, but do you want to taste some?
I'll have some after.
Bring me a Spindrift.
I'll have some after.
Hmm?
I'll have some after.
Why not try it now?
Give me another spoon. Give me another
Yeah.
spoon.
You want to use my spoon? Maybe I taste like a saffron taste.
Oh, Uncle John says he makes saffron mashed potatoes. That sounds
Saffron
very
mashed potatoes. What does the color? Do they turn yellow though, or like
a
orange?
little
What is
bit.
that?
No,
I would imagine they do. Yeah.
this is very good.
It's very good, Alex says. Thank you,
Oh,
Alex.
good, Al. You enjoy it?
He enjoy it. I'm having a Spindrift to celebrate.
Oh,
Spindrift,
wow.
sponsor me.
Wowzers.
Spindrift. Very exciting. Well, thank you, Mom. What a delightful
Well,
journey this has been. You're kind of off center, but that's okay.
I know. I can't figure that out. I don't know what's wrong. I didn't move my laptop. Now I'm gone. Now
There
I'm
you go.
off camera.
Okay. You're kind of figuring it out, but yeah. This was nice. It's an easy, and it, like you said, I sure have a lot of risotto now. So I'm going to be
Yeah,
eating risotto for the next few. What can I eat with it? Like, what else?
a nice salad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that this is such a rich, there's no like acidity in this at all.
All
So
you
I
need is
think, yeah, a salad to
nice,
go with it.
nice mixed greens, maybe a tomato in it, even just mixed greens with a plain
Yes.
vinaigrette. Delish.
Yes, the vinaigrette, definitely. I think if you make something, you need some sort of acid to kind of balance out
Yes.
all of
Yes.
the fattiness and all
But
of the
to be honest,
richness.
it's also nice for a group, especially if people like you have the open kind of area with your
Yeah.
kitchen. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
as you say, you have to keep stirring it to cook it. But you
Yeah.
could be cooking that because it doesn't take that long. And everybody
No.
could be kind of hanging out with you,
Yeah.
having a drink, and then it'd be ready. And I think everyone would enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a fun thing that you can make for a group. You can still, as the person cooking it, be involved. The
Yeah.
prep is incredibly easy. There's no prep. I cut
And
an
actually,
onion.
yes,
Like,
but you
that's
could
it.
have done that ahead of time and you could
Yes,
have
I could have
grated your
done it ahead of
cheese.
time. I could have done
So
all
that would
that beforehand.
make it even
So
easier when you have somebody out. So
really
that'd be good.
easy, fun thing to make for a crowd. The saffron is fun too. Putting saffron on something.
Yes. Yes, I think that elevates it, makes it a little
Mm-hmm.
more special, especially
And
for a
it is
group.
substantial with the sausage and with the porcini mushrooms and
It's a meal.
the
It's a
rice
meal.
and the cheese. Yeah.
Hmm. You have everything there. Well, that's
So
great. So, are you going to
big
be able
recommend.
to have a show next week? Do you know what you're going to be cooking?
I need to find a guest. So no, I have people planned for the week after and the week after that, but I don't
Oh,
have someone
okay.
for next week right now.
Okay.
But I think I'll find someone and we'll make something else. So
Yes, of course. Well, if not, if you have to skip a week, we'll be looking forward to the next week.
okay, and check out adrianbasso.net for all your romance novel needs. You're off center again, Mom. Just move a little bit to the side to get in.
I honestly have
No,
not
the other way.
moved.
There we go. Stop. Perfect. Okay. So adrianbasso.net, Scottish heiress, Christmas book, Christmas wish or something. What is your Christmas book called?
I have
Christmas
several
Countess.
Christmas books.
Christmas
Christmas
Countess. I think.
Countess, 'tis the season something. I don't know. I don't remember. I
How
never
to
name my
love
books.
how to love a Highlander or something, right? Isn't that
No other Highlander.
no other Highlander? There's a couple Highlander books.
There's a
With
series.
Highlanders.
The McKennas, yes.
The McKenna
Wonderful.
family.
McKenna series.
Yeah, because Scottish is Mac and Irish is O. If you never knew that.
Okay.
Did
Oh,
you know
good.
that
You're
last
having more.
names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am having more. A little more
Good.
cheese. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Mom. I'll talk to you
Well,
soon.
thank you, Rudy, for having me. Hello
Thank
to
you,
Alex.
everyone. Hello,
Hello
Alex.
to Alexis. And
Hello, Alexis.
we'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Got to come to Delaware.
maybe. All right. Bye. Thanks, everyone, for
Bye
watching.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.